Hey guys, not Shady here. I'm back with another video. I teased this video. That's like my whole plan. I'm gonna start teasing the next video with a short and then releasing the video. But if you did see the short, this video is about SHIINOTIC. And I paired it with some of the bulkiest Pokemon that I have currently built, being Lantern, Clodsire, not necessarily Quagsire, in the hopes of being able to just sponge hits, save shields for SHIINOTIC, and then try and do something with it, because it is held back heavily by its only fast move being Astonish, which is resisted by one of the types it's supposed to be, being Dark. It's also resisted by Normal, but at the same time it's doing super effective damage, and pretty decent super effective damage against Psychic types, neutral damage against Fighting types. It isn't bad, it just SHIINOTIC needs better coverage. Into the first match, I am leading Quagsire. I led Quagsire for 2 wins, and I led Lantern for 2 wins. Put all 5 of my wins at the start of the video, so I know some people don't really see losses. And then I put all the losses at the end, and it'll be vice versa, so 3 Quagsire and 2 Lantern. Here I have led my Aquatail Quagsire into their Mudbomb Quagsire, but Mudbomb does slightly more damage than Aquatail. The only reason this matchup is so close in the zeros is because of how spammy Aquatail is. I can come in, get a pretty decent farm down with Clodsire, and start threatening shields with stone edges in quotes. But once they realise I don't have stone edge, they just decide to let it go. But they Brave Bird me, which I can reach a Sludge Bomb here, and Sludge Bomb is now going to one-shot. I can now align my SHIINOTIC onto a Lantern, and here it is a clean sweep. Like, Lantern is completely walled here, and I can just throw Seed Bomb after Seed Bomb, which was buffed in a prior season, and it is going to do a very solid amount of damage to, like, right there you can see it does a very solid amount of damage. I go for the catch, doesn't really work out, but I can just throw another Seed Bomb, and that is a 2-shield flex. Into the next match, we are leading Quagsire into Azumarill. I save switch straight into Quagsire, which isn't the best save switch this season, but it's still a very decent Pokemon. Threatening half HP off of Venusaur. This one threatens the KO, so we'll see if they shield. They don't. They can now bring in Stunfisk. I decided to shield this thinking it was maybe an Earthquake, so I lost track of their energy. It wasn't. It was a bait. I would have lived that. And I can throw the Earthquake, but I guess that shield kind of worked out, because if they threw the Rock Slide, they could have just farmed me down. But by shielding and throwing the Earthquake, they had to throw their energy just in case I reached another Earthquake. SHIINOTIC, well, I switch in my Quagsire to take out their Stunfisk. They switch in a Azu to a they switch in their Azu. My SHIINOTIC comes out, and this here is a pretty decent matchup. They can obviously hit me pretty hard with Ice Beam, with it not being stab, and with SHIINOTIC's pretty decent bulk. Like, this Rock Slide was going to KO, but I have the energy on the Quagsire, and I can just reach that, and I had the health. Like, third match, Lantern into Charizard. They're obviously going to switch out of that, but they save switch a water and ground type. That is not a good save switch this season, because the amount of grass types around, as they found out here. I can just let everything go here. The only thing that would really threaten any damage is a Stone Edge, whereas my Seed Bombs are going to threaten. I let them get me kinda low, and I throw the Moonblast here because debuff chance, and it's just a harder hitting move that I have. I can bring in Lantern, there's nothing they can do there because all their energy is walled. Well, not walled, Dragon Claws obviously do damage, but not a lot to Lantern because it's very bulky. They bring out a Lantern, and let's just call this a 4-shield Clodsire against Spark Lantern, because they're never going to be able to spark me down. I can sponge 2 Surfs, I've got 2 shields. Like, this matchup just isn't going to be close, and they know that, so they can see the match. Into the fourth match, I believe now, leading Lantern into Skarmory, which is just an amazing lead. They safe switch into another water and ground type, so I obviously bring in my SHIINOTIC. This is a much closer matchup because Scald, it does a decent amount of damage and it drops my attack. Like, my RNG was awful during this match. They bring out a Skarmory to try and farm me down. I just swap into my Lantern because I completely wall all their energy here. They can Sky Attack me here. I can just keep farming, throw another Surf. Do they shield? No, they don't. They let it go down. They bring in a Azumarill. I can just farm up to Thunderbolt, throw this Thunderbolt. It's going to do a lot of super effective damage to the bulky Azumarill. Azumarill is going to reach a Play Rough, which is going to get me decently low. They do a combo play into Whiscash, but it's not going to save them. I can just go for a Seed Bomb here, switch into my Clodsire and farm them down. So that is GG's. I want to say this is the 5th match, but my counts are terrible. I'm more than likely off here. I can possibly threaten a Stone Edge here, but it depends if they want to risk it. They don't, so they shield. I can now go for another Sludge Bomb. This just goes to show how, like, Pelipper isn't the bulkiest Pokemon, and, like, yes, Clodsire didn't get the moves that we wished it did, but it still puts in a lot of work against things it has no business winning against. I farm down the Pelipper here, and they bring in a Defense Deoxys. So I switch because I'm taking resisted damage from the counters. They can Psycho Boost me, I can just shield. They bring back out their Lantern, I can just Seed Bomb. And I believe I just commit to the farm down here because there's nothing they can actually do in this matchup. I just commit to the farm down, Moonblast the Deoxys, and this is going to hit for some pretty decent damage. They reach a Psycho Boost. I'm going to shield this. I tried to catch on Lantern, thinking that a double debuffed, was going to KO, but it didn't, obviously. Okay, yes, the first loss. I've got my counts correct this time. Are you proud of me? Next, the first loss, leading into Umbreon. I can win this. I was just afraid to commit shields on Pokemon that weren't SHIINOTIC in these battles. I'm sure you've noticed that so far, and like that's something that I need to like sort out with my gameplay, because sometimes shielding is the right thing to do, even if it's not the Pokemon that you're trying to showcase. I can just throw an Earthquake here, threaten the shield. They do the bulk of Clod comes through here. Obviously, they're not going to shield this. It's a Sludge Bomb. They have no reason to. But then I can bring in my SHIINOTIC. I should have shielded that because... Oh, no, I should have let that go because they have a Pelipper in the back. There was multiple things I could have done different in this battle. If I shielded the move if I didn't shield the Mud Bomb on SHIINOTIC, I would have had 2 shields. I would have been able to get to probably 3 Seed Bombs, I reckon. And right here, you're going to see that is all I needed to win the game, but they could just farm me down, unfortunately. Into the second loss. This is a pretty good matchup, as I showed in my last video. I can just spam out these Aqua Tails pretty well. Only thing that is a bit iffy, it's a very hit or miss if they're going to Brave Bird or Sky Attack. If they Brave Birded, would have been awful, because neither of my back Pokemon respect seeing a Skarmory. I catch the Brave Bird, it does about, I want to say 40%, maybe like 45%. So I catch it, but they just have a Whiscash in the back. They can just farm me all the way down. I can throw an Aqua Tail here, but it isn't going to do anywhere near enough damage. They can Scold me. This is going to do a decent amount. They can just go for a Mud Bomb, take out my Quagsire, and right here it is Skarmory versus... They can just take my shield. So I shield that. And what do they have in the back? A Dunsparce. And this is going to be a loss because I have no shields. Rock Slides are really going to add up, as you're about to see. And my fast move is doing no pressure. Dunsparce is too bulky for SHIINOTIC to get through, and I'm going to lose that. Into the third loss, leading Quagsire into Azumarill. I can go for 2 Stone Edges and just spam Aqua Tails, but I decided to safe switch into Clodsire, which is never a good safe switch this season. It's very good as a closer, because they can just bring in this. I should have shielded this. I was kind of wishing that it lived. Should have shielded, gotten shield back with Earthquake or the KO. Came back in with Quagsire against Azu. That probably was my win con. But instead I take a load of counter damage onto Quagsire, and I'm just not going to be in a position to win this match again because of Astonish and a normal type in the back. They can just spam out these body slams. There's nothing I can really do. I should have just top lefted and saved everybody's time. Go for the Moonblast, just hoping for the attack debuff, because that would have been probably my only win con at this point. I can go for the Seed Bomb, they just shield, and then they can just Ice Beam me, and that is a GG. Well played. Now into the fourth loss, leading Lantern into Frostlass. This Frostlass, oh my god. So, I can get to a Surf here. I reach 2 Surfs, and then they get to a Triple Axle. So I'm like, okay, let's respect the Shadow Ball. Nah, it's a Crunch. What the fuck do you mean it's a Crunch? They swap into Sandslash. I can just spam out these Surfs. They're going to do some decent damage. Should have stayed in. Looking at that, I could have shielded, reached another Surf, threatened the second shield. Would have been a good time, but instead, no. They can just bring in a Lantern, farm me all the way down, reach a Thunderbolt against my Lantern, take my... Although, no, they Surf. That was probably the better play, to be honest. Them surfing there. But yeah, this is a GG's. They can reach a Surf. I can reach a... honestly, I should have just farmed it back to back. I should have just farmed... Oh my god, that was my win con. Oh, no. It was that simple. Spark wasn't going to do enough damage. I could have just farmed the back-to-back Sludge Bombs, shielded one, thrown, and then... thrown, shielded one, and then thrown the other, and then that would have been enough to... Oh, I hate it when that happens whenever, because there'll be times that I'll just be laying in bed or whatever, and then I'll just be like, that's how I could have won that. And I honestly just want to... Oh. Anyway, I believe this is the 5th battle. I messed up. I let them take out my Lantern there. They have a Water Gun Lantern in the back. This is already GG's, but you're gonna see. Just to throw salt into the wound, I can shield this, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I switch into this, and what do they have in the back? Literally SHIINOTIC's worst nightmare. I mean, other than poison types, but yeah. And then they can just reach a Fly, take out my Clodsire, and that is a GG. All in all, I did enjoy making this video, and I did enjoy running SHIINOTIC, as well as Lantern and Quagsire. They're always fun to run, especially on the lead with Lantern, because it just dominates this season. But yeah, I did enjoy making this video, and I really enjoyed making the next one, and all I'll say is there is a lot of bangs going on. Yeah. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please just subscribe if you want to. If you enjoy my content, if you enjoy my rambling, my stereotypical British rambling, like the video, share it with people that like Pokemon Go, like yourself, I assume, or anybody else. And yeah, just keep being nerds.